For this problem, we're given 3 minus 5i over 8 plus 2i, and we just kind of want to figure out what this is simplified to. So using our knowledge of sort of simplifying fractions, as well as our knowledge of imaginary numbers and or complex numbers, we can remove, so our problem here is that we have an I on top and bottom, right? So we can just remove this by multiplying the top and bottom by the conjugate of the denominator. So by 8 minus 2i, and same thing here. So what will this come out to? Let's just leave the top as it is. Let's just not mess with that for now. Leave it at that. But the question is, what would the bottom be? So 8 times 8 is 64 minus 16i, then plus 16i, and minus 4i squared. So let's just simplify some stuff here. We can see that that goes to 0. Let's just keep the top the same. That's 5i times 8 minus 2i all over 64 minus 4 times negative 1, right? Because if you remember, since I is equal to the square root of negative 1, if you have I squared, you're just squaring that, so it just becomes negative 1. So let's scoot over here and start multiplying the top out. So the top, again, just kind of FOIL it out. So 3 times 8, 24. 3 times negative 2i, so negative 6i. Negative 5i times 8, so negative 40i. And then negative 5i times negative 2i, so plus 10i squared. All over 64 minus 4 times negative 1, so that's going to be 64 plus 4, so all over 68. So how do we now simplify the top? So so we still have the 24 combined like terms there, so that becomes negative 46i, and then you have plus 10i squared. We remember that I squared is equal to negative 1 all over 68. So this simplifies to, this becomes negative 10. You can combine like terms right there. So it would be negative 10 plus 24. So 14 minus 46i all over 68. And now how you simplify this further into the format that sort of the options are in is you'd now basically just do 14 over 68 minus 46i over 68. So this would look like 14. You should divide each term by the bottom. So 14 over 68 minus 46i over 68. So this simplifies down to 7 over 34. Just divide top and bottom by 2, and then you can't simplify that any further. Minus, you can also divide these top and bottom by 2, which becomes 23i over 34. And of course you can't do anything with the I, right? You can't like simplify that down. So that's going to be your answer. And this is equal to 7 minus 23i all over 34. It's the same thing, but just like the answers are given in this format, right? So that is going to be option C.